Common Sensors. This is Lydia Nicole, your Common Sense Mamita. If you haven't already done so, please go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to Common Sense Mamita. I will love you forever for it. Today, we are so blessed that we have Judy Kain in the house. Judy Kain is an amazing, awesome, award-winning actress, award-winning acting teacher, and we're just thrilled to have her. So let's talk about relationships, because you mentioned casting directors, agents. Let's stop right there.
Okay.
Let's talk about building relationships with those two groups.
Okay. I want as many casting people to know who I am so that when my agent picks up the phone or submits me online, which is all they do now, they are familiar with me. So I try to do the advertising rule of 7. I try to get my face or my name in front of them 7 times, and then they actually believe they know me. So I'm very big on social media. I try to friend or communicate on all the platforms with as many people in the industry as I possibly can. I congratulate people, try to have dialogues about things that we have in common so that I'm, viewed as a real person and I have some kind of a relationship with them. I send stuff out. I do drop-bys. Remember when we used to?
Oh, yes.
Remember we used to do that?
All the time. And I still think you should do that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
There's
I think
only
you want to
face
people
to
to
face.
see you. Yes.
Yes, because the auditions, they're not every day. And if they are, it's sometimes you leave the audition and you feel so good, but it's like, I want to do more. There's always offices around the casting office that you go to for the audition. Pop in, drop off a headshot.
We used to have days of the week that we would pick, like, okay, we're going to go hit Warner Brothers this week. We're going to go hit Paramount. And what I used to do with Jason Stewart was we would not only pick the studio, but we would also lunch there.
Yes,
we would
absolutely.
go and eat at the dining room
Oh,
we could see everybody and act like we belonged there.
Act like you're working that
That's
day.
right.
No, absolutely.
So because of 9/11, it's made it hard to be able to just go to the lots.
Yes.
So what suggestions do you have for actors?
Well, I had an audition at Warner Brothers just the other day, so I'm on the lot. No one tells you have to clock out at a certain time, right?
Right.
So that whole lot is available to me for as long as I need. So I popped into a couple of offices and just, usually what I do is I have something to offer. So I'm not bothering them, I'm not pestering them, I'm giving them something of value, i.e., hey, I just signed with this new manager. Hey, I have a new headshot, or I have a new look. Or even, I'm on this show coming up, or watch me on this, or here's some information. There's wacky days of the week, wacky national holidays. So, I look through it every month. There was a cashew day, which I capitalized on because you could get those little bags of cashews that I would staple to my headshot. I brought my agents the other day, and it was, just a little basket. Oh, it was called the Wellness Basket, and it had vitamin C, it had echinacea, it had...
That is so good.
Everybody's getting sick.
No, but
little
that's
tissues,
lovely.
some hand sanitizer.
Yes.
I got it at the 99-cent store. Don't tell my agent that. But yeah, it's not about the cost. It's
and for those actors that live in Los Angeles, the 99-cent store is your friend.
Yes.
You can put an incredible basket of goodies together for a casting director or an agent that you're really trying to solicit to get them to be on your team. That makes such a difference. I love that. Well, I'm going to steal that one.
Oh, no, it's
I
good.
didn't think about that. Didn't think about that. A good one. The
really
wellness thing in the wintertime.
Yeah.
And in the summer, you can also do like suntan.
Sunscreen.
Sunscreen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. That, to me, makes the business part of it fun.
But is that
and
old
creative?
School? I know when we were starting that was pretty common.
Yeah, because we were really we had to really dig out a career. That's
what it is. Okay.
We really had to.
That's what it is.
And I do think it's old school in that a lot of the students that I teach now feel like it should just come to them, that their career should just flow in. And God bless you. I don't know. That is not my experience.
And thank you cards.
I'm a big thank you card person. I don't thank anybody for an audition. That I think is too, can I swear?
No, yeah.
Ass kissy.
Okay.
It's too much. What I like to do is say something like, hey, the guy, Bob, who ran camera, or your casting assistant, was so helpful to me, and I just love the way you run your office. Something like that, which is, again, a compliment to the casting director. It also, I slip my card in, my photo in, so I am pushing my photo.
Soft sell.
Soft sell. Mm-hmm. But I'm really congratulating them on something.
Judy Kain's book, I booked it. A must book for actors who are doing commercials. Even if you've been in the business for a long time, this little book can help you. So I want to talk about a couple of points that actors should always take into the room, a couple of things they should take into the audition process.
Okay. I created an app which I use myself. I was using it, on a piece of paper, and I thought I should really have this on my phone, which breaks down the script with just the basic questions. Who am I talking to? And I find that in classes, because I teach a callback class, people get nervous, when the stakes are high. So if you get in there, you're nervous, you prepared, you practiced, you did your choices, but you get in there and everything just goes out the window. If you can just ground yourself after you say your name, hi, I'm Judy Kain, then just ground yourself. Put Lydia there before you speak. Just ground yourself, see her. You know how you talk to Lydia, right? And then whatever dialogue you have comes out. That to me is the most important moment, right before you speak, that connection.
So what is the app so we can all get it?
It's called Commercial Worksheet. Super easy to use. You can save it and then pull it back up when you have your callback.
Fantastic. Yeah. Get that app. Who you are is a person of excellence. How do you take that into auditions with you?
Mentally, I pretend as if I already have the job and that this is just a formality. It helps me not get in my head, because up here, in this world, where they're having meetings all the time.
Board meetings.
Board meetings.
Yes.
About me. I make a really solid choice, and I go in with that. I mean, I know what just happened. I know what's making me say the dialogue. I know how I feel. I know my point of view. I've made everything personal. So I go in with that, and then I let them change it or
So you take your app, you go into your app, and you hit all those marks. Mm-hmm. You answer the questions, and you then go into the room.
Yes, I am well prepared. And I like to think of it as I am well prepared with what I do best. The number one complaint of casting directors is they wish actors were more prepared. That's their number one complaint. Just be prepared.
We've talked about this before.
Yeah.
That's your job.
It is. It's your job.
You're an actor. You should be prepared. You should know your work. You should know the material. You should have researched who you're going in to meet, from the casting director to the producer to the writer to the stars of the show. You should know this.
Yeah, because it only helps you. I can't tell you how many times actors have said, well, do I have to have this memorized? And I'm thinking, how can you even begin to work?
When it comes to a commercial, you get in there and you're given the copy, and then you have to go in and do it. So what should the actor, because some people can't memorize it right away.
Well, there's a cue card.
Okay.
There's always a cue card for commercials.
So is that something they could practice at home, or is that something they should come to your class?
You definitely need to practice it. I don't know anybody who has a cue card thing at home that they could practice with.
I might get a cue card now. Let's write that copy and put it up there.
But get there early. Don't sign in, and grab the copy and go work on it. Nowadays, if you have a couple a week, it's like, yes, so there's no excuse why you should not be prepared. There's no excuse. This is your job. This is your career. This is what you want to pursue. And then my pet peeve is if you want to be in commercials, you better watch them. You can't fast forward through them and then expect to go in and know what you're doing. I mean, that's absurd, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Why do you want to be in them if you can't watch them?
And know your competition. One of the things that I learned early was that if they cast Jennifer Beals for something, chances are they would cast me too because I had that flavor.
Right.
If they cast Louisa LeShin, I would not be up for it
Right.
because we were a different flavor.
Right.
And what I have found, especially with directors, is they like their ensemble. They like that
Sure.
look. They have a certain look that they go for, and as an actor, you should know the directors that like your flavor.
Yes.
You know, it may not. You know.
Well, and how about know what your flavor is?
Oh, yes. Let's go back to basics.
Let's go back to that.
Yes.
So many people don't know what their flavor is.
Yes.
And I really like that
Yes.
word because that does really qualify it. What stamp are you putting on when you go in the room? What's your stamp? And just on that same note, okay, watch the show, watch a commercial, stop it and go, okay, I could do that. What is she wearing?
Yes.
Because, oh my God, what they think is the right outfit is so wrong.
And stay away from flip flops.
Oh,
Unless-
flip-flops, low cut,
show
too
your
much
booty.
skin.
Yes.
I'm always very surprised.
Yeah.
And men too, you
Yeah.
know, 40-year-old
I was
men.
talking about men. No.
40-year-old men are wearing hoodies.
Yes.
And I'm like, you're not 20. Don't wear a hoodie.
Yes.
You know, get a nice cardigan or
Yeah,
V-neck or
it's
something.
knowing the
A
uniform.
polo.
It's
Yeah,
knowing,
knowing
the
the
uniform
uniform.
of the part you're
Right.
going in for. I think
Exactly.
that's important. If you're going in for a general, which I don't think people do that anymore,
Yeah.
but if you're going in for a general, then go ahead and dress however you want to dress.
Right.
But when you're going in for a role or going for a commercial, you really need to go in uniform.
Yes.
You need to, you know, if you're a nurse, look like a nurse. You don't
Right.
have to wear the costume, but you should give the flavor
Yeah.
that you are a nurse. That if we see you in the street, we'll be able to say that's a nurse.
Yep.
In knowing what you sell, to be able to understand that it's not personal, that you may not be a prude.
That's
if you
right.
sell prude on camera, sell that puppy and make your money for your house.
Right. Absolutely.
You know, to know that.
Yes, I play a lot of uptight people, a lot of
So-
uptight characters, and that's really not who I am. But I play it all day
And
long.
I was the drug addict, and I don't even do drugs.
Exactly.
And the hooker.
Yeah.
Who thought? But yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
It's a job, and you
Yeah.
have to respect how people see you. And if you don't like how they see you, then you have to change.
Yes, you do.
You have to
Adjust
do some,
your look.
You
Yeah.
you have to reinvent yourself in a way that when you go in, this is how I want them to see me, and so I am dressing
Yep.
this way.
Yep.
I cannot I cannot expect you to see something in me that I don't see in myself.
Right.
So let's talk about the audition process and when
Yeah.
you're in the lobby waiting
Oh,
or
yeah.
in the reception room.
I'm working. It looks like I'm on my phone, but I'm making choices on my app. First call or second call. If it's a call back, I'm still making choices. I do a lot of things like I'll Google. If it takes place in a airport, I'm going to Google airports so that I can get some things that I might say in an airport. Do you know what I'm
yes,
saying?
to stir your
Yeah,
brain.
to stir my
Yes.
brain. I call it brainstorming, literally. But,
Yes.
I start to, just think about things that other people might say, things I might see, just to get me in that space. So I do that a lot. I try not to talk to people.
Mhm.
It's not my social time. It's a job interview. So I'd rather be in a good space. So I usually move away from people. I hate those offices where they make you slide down the bench. I don't like that. I usually get up and walk away and just
good.
know where I am. But
Take
yeah.
care of yourself.
Yeah, it should not be your social time. It doesn't mean that you can't be cordial and pleasant, because I think that's important too. But it's not the time to catch up. Set a date for coffee with somebody, because everything that you prepared and everything that you worked on can just go right out the window, especially if they say something that upsets you, or they say they just booked something, or I've had people literally say, hey, did you get that job, and I did. And I don't want to say yeah, because then that's, you know what I mean? It's just not the time to catch up, in my opinion. I feel like it is a job interview. There is money on the line, and I'd rather be really solid and prepared before I go in.
Yes. Go into a corner, do my work, and deliver the goods. Be of excellence, because what I learned then was that someone was going to book the job.
Yep.
So you could sit and complain and whine
Right.
and do, I'm being playing this part again. Or you can say, you know what? I am going to be the best one that walks in the room.
Yeah. And do what you love to do. And, oh, by the way, get paid as well.
Yeah. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
And residuals.
Yeah.
And residuals.
Yeah.
So
these are my favorite words to say.
I booked it.